That's the comfort for me.
No.
It's been a long year, but it's on. The microphone started on Marnie, even though that's how much these cameras hate me. Is I'm talking camera. I do ads for these stupid fucking these cameras.
So much purple, and Marnie's got none. We need to give Marnie some purple.
Yeah, give me some purple.
So I do ads for these, and yet when I'm talking camera, you're on Marnie.
Yay, Marnie.
Purple for Marnie.
More purple. More Marnie.
Hello, friends. Hello, fans. Hello, fams. Good to see you all. Richard, thank you for your weekly payment. You better pay up every week.
You fucking legend.
Well, it's getting to the point now where you better pay up, Richard, because
Penance.
this is my only income. Is Richard's 5 gift subs every week.
I'm so lovely, Richard. Thank
Richard
you.
and Greg in the chat, and that's it.
Oh, g'day, Dad.
And Alex and Cheesius and Chip Justice and Brad Port, I guess. Or no, they're just people, aren't they, that have been
These people.
Maybe it's because last week was so glitchy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, yeah, it was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Also, I don't think you posted to Instagram that we're live.
Reese is here. I did. I said,
You did?
don't worry, unless it didn't go through.
I don't think it went.
No, it didn't go through, Brodies.
Yeah, Brodies.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put it up
Broden
now.
Googly Kelly.
Googly eye, Kelly.
Googly eye Kelly.
This has become a place of torture for me.
Hi, Reese. Hi, Dan. Base Tornado. I like Base Tornado.
So what I said was, come watch us on the computer.
Yeah, great. Or on the mobile tablet.
Oh, what about just a mobile?
I said, come watch our live podcast on the internet. Is actually what I said.
That's good.
No one's liked it yet. I've liked it.
Shall
My
I
Auntie
give
Donna
you-
liked it because I was logged in as Auntie Donna.
I'll give you a pity
think
like. I still can't see it,
You need to
bro.
give me the logins.
Yeah, no, you should.
Pretty sure
absolutely.
it's my girlfriend from year 10.
Don't.
69.
No, I can show you the password right now. I can show you the password. If I go into this spreadsheet and then I go into...
Tom hasn't been on Twitch for a while. I know, Greg. Got another baby on the way, you know? It's been very busy.
How far away?
Well, not that far. It's in Elle's tummy. But
Yeah, it's there. But, you know, things at home have just been very busy. All my spare time I need to be looking after Atlas. But I'm hoping to hit the ground running with the footy season next year and stream a little bit more. And hopefully do some streams still this side of the year as well.
Yeah,
Can you
cool.
find the password?
Thank you, Base Tornado,
Find
for
it.
becoming a welcome to the Footy Foundation member.
Thank you so much.
But when does the baby come?
Yeah, when's the baby come?
Why are you asking Marnie?
Oh,
You were rhetoric.
Yes.
Were
Yeah.
rhetoric.
2 months from now.
Whoa, that's so soon.
Yeah.
January, baby.
Yes, due on Broden's birthday.
That's funny.
It's funny you mention having a baby
Yeah.
because I've been watching House,
Like the doctor.
Dr. House,
Yeah.
which I've learned. Well, one, it's never lupus.
Laurie.
Hugh Laurie from Fry and Laurie.
You know, he's a great jazz musician.
Yes, piano. But also, do you know why it's called House?
You told me
Dr.
this the other
House.
day. It's so
Do
funny.
you know why his name's House?
Because it was his father's last name.
That's
Very
a good guess.
There, that's the journalist in you coming.
Yeah. Deductions.
It is because it's a play on Sherlock Holmes.
Is it?
Which is so lame.
That is so lame.
But
That
what
makes
was
me respect it so much less.
Yeah, but well, you had a funny thing. It's like, well, it's not. Was it you who was like, well, it's not Dr. Howells?
Yeah. Holmes. Holmes
Should have
is
kept
different.
this for the pod. God damn.
God
No,
damn
this
it.
is for the sweet 56 people with us. Isn't it funny? You go like, hey, it's the middle of November, traditional AFL time. And there's 56 people with us. And you go, well, that's not that many because usually we have about 300 watching.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if we were to put 56 people in this room,
Oh,
Intimidating.
I could bash them all
yeah.
Do you think?
because of my karate skills. Yeah.
It's debatable.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm.
know if that's true.
Is that what you thought that was going?
You wouldn't get through Hawthorne, Hawk, or DT Talk.
Oh, DT talk, I would in seconds.
They'd fucking have you.
No, I'm telling you, a spinning heel kick to DT talk, and it's all over. Hawthorne Hawk.
There's so many cables under me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Marns.
That's okay. I just feel like I just
Oh,
don't want
and
to
that's
fuck
giving
it up.
us some good crackle too.
Crackle, 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 crackle.
What is this?
Fixed.
What is this?
Okay.
Rice bubbles? You remember the salt?
Snap, crackle, and pop.
I was going to say salt, crackle, and pop. You put salt. Anyway,
Salt on chocolate's actually really nice, and actually salt on caramel is actually really
You
nice.
can't eat that anymore.
Kezia believes that they're a black belt in the chat. Yeah, I'm yet to see it. Alice, 8-year-old nephew just got grey belt. Take them, absolutely. Bill ain't bashing nothing with them tiny arms, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Now,
Them googly
I
eyes.
brought this on myself.
That's funny. We're going to do like a tiny arm googly eye, Broden.
Tiny arm, baby
yeah,
throat.
baby
Tiny arm, baby throat, googly eyed Broden.
I built this podcast with my bare hands, and I didn't build it to be made fun of.
No, that's fair. You know, nothing but respect for you.
Adam
mate.
said, just aim for his tiny throat, easy win.
Yeah, just feed him some pizza. Oh, no, hot dogs. That's his weakness. There's 56 people here with hot dogs. How are you winning, Broden?
56, the number has not moved. No one has left and no one has arrived.
Like, you know, Voldemort, it's his own arrogance. You know, Thanos, it's like this and that with Broden.
Did you know
hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Who was it? Thanos?
Yeah.
With his own arrogance.
No. I said Voldemort.
Voldemort with his arrogance. All right, cracking in.
Yeah, ready when you are. Oh, I need to do stuff. Hang on.
You mean click the button, is it?
I'm ready.
2 more weeks of footy for the year, and I've never been more revved to bounce said pill.
I know. Just
Happy November 14th, folks, and welcome to the football with Broden Kelly alongside Marnie Vinyl and Tom. Hello, folks. How are you?
Good. How are you, mate?
We were just talking about just then is when we record this live on Wednesday nights, and in recent weeks we've had athletes in with us, AFL players, Georgia Nanscorn. We've had Mimi Hill.
D Berry.
D Berry.
Barry.
There's a moment where I rev it up and they don't know me. There's like, who's this old man? And then I go, bounce that pill. And then Tom in the corner of the room clicks his little computer and a big promo thing plays, which if you're watching the screen from YouTube, you see, or if you're listening, you hear. But in the room, it's just 3 people awkwardly sitting in silence with an AFL player going, what has the club made me go and do here? But it's lovely to be here, and it's good to have the original trio just back to how it is.
Yeah.
None of this athletes.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete of swallowing food.
Athlete of swallowing.
Let's
Okie dokie.
and black belt. And Marnie, you're an athlete at Quill Award winning
Thanks.
journalism.
Yep.
And Tom, you win gold every week and giving me the shits.
Oh, I was going to say, being a daddy.
Yeah, being a daddy.
There's someone giving you you got to clean up there.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
They do. Yeah.
It's lovely to have you all here. What's news? Tell me. I want from you each 3 interesting things that happened to you this week,
Okay.
and they can't be football related. Starting one by one. So Tom, you go, and by these rounds, I will say who wins most interesting week.
Yeah, okay. I shot a music video yesterday.
That's really interesting.
with Max and Mel and Sam, who I have a new podcast with. You guys should listen. You won't enjoy it, but go listen
Yeah.
anyway.
So you're doing another podcast with a musical duo called Mel and Sam.
Yeah.
And their audience, how would you describe their audience?
I'd say, the audience, probably young, queer females.
Right.
Yeah.
There would be potentially some crossover.
Yeah, there would be some for sure, 100%. So you should check that out. So I shot a music video. I also took my son to the park on Sunday.
No, it's one by one. So that was your first one.
Oh, okay.
Marnie, go.
Oh, I feel like I have nothing interesting. I watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days last night.
Oh, fun.
With a glass of Cab Sav, and it was a really fucking lovely time.
Marnie, one of my favourite rom-coms.
Yes, it's really good.
Yes.
I was feeling genuinely very exhausted, and I was like, I need to turn my brain off for good. It was about 5 p.m. I put the blinds down. I put my rom-com on. I had 1 glass of wine, and then I had a shower and went to bed.
Yeah,
I
fun.
like. Here's my favourite things about How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay.
Firstly, I like the bullshit scene. The bullshit scene. I like that the plot is that it's the old lady in the end going, frost yourself.
But yeah, the frost yourself, I don't like it.
Frost yourself. And that's weird. I like that. And I'm perturbed by the fact that she's like 22 and he's like 35 at the time of that shooting or something like that.
You can tell. I feel like you can really tell.
Yeah, but a great movie apart from all of that.
Yes.
Your turn. You took Addy the punt.
All right, so we're getting 3 because I thought of another one.
Yeah, great.
I want to lead with my second one. I went to the physio yesterday for the first time ever.
Oh, tell us about your...
It was world changing.
Why?
I'm a changed person.
Did they dry needle you?
No, they just fucking... I was like... I've been having like some back pains, right? But it goes away. So I had this worry. I was like, if I go to the physio, maybe it won't hurt and I won't be able to show him where it hurts. Spoke for like 20 minutes and he was like, is it here? And then touched immediately where it was and knew exactly what was wrong with my back and then just fucking got into it for like 20 minutes. And God, I felt like a different person afterwards.
And they told you to do some weights?
So they told me I was weak.
What did they say about your arm size? They say anything about your arm size?
No, they said I got huge arms actually, much bigger than Broden. So what they were saying
They did not say that.
They said...
They don't even know me.
They said, you've got a bucket and it's your capacity to like...
Put water in.
To exercise, right? And they were like, you used to not exercise at all and you had a little bit of water in there and you were getting along fine, a little bit of water in the bucket. Then you lost a lot of weight, so you siphoned off some of that water in the bucket.
Siphoned?
Siphoned off. But by losing that weight, you actually put a whole lot of strain on your back by doing all this exercise. So you've chucked all this water in the bucket without strengthening the bucket. So like, you need to go pump some iron. Show Broden what's what. So Broden said he'd take me to the gym, so I'm excited about that.
That is exciting.
We're going to pump some iron because my back's weak.
I just would say, like, go look at your kids and your wife and say, you're never going to see the same man again because and then you can go like, have you seen Paul Mescal in Gladiator 2? That's going to be me. Once Broden's done with me, I'm Paul Mescal in Gladiator 2. Have you seen that yet, by the way?
No, I haven't. But did you see, it was a very niche tweet that I really liked. It was a photo of Paul Mescal from some Gaelic game that he played. Oh. And it was like, I'm surprised Geelong haven't tried to recruit him as a rookie B.
That's funny. You should have him on the pod. A loose link of Gaelic footy.
To be fair, I feel like he would love to just chat Gaelic footy for ages. He loves it.
Yeah, I'd say Giaguich to him. So see, I actually speak Gaelic. And he'd be like, you're so cool. What's your second one?
Is in terms of week, does that mean from Monday or that's like the
7 days?
Oh, okay, cool. Then I did my first finals on the boundary.
Oh, yeah.
In commentary, and it was so much fun. I was a bit stressed.
Finals, yes. Right,
yes, I did my first final.
Right. How was it?
It was great. Also because Adelaide were up at halftime against North Melbourne, and I tipped Adelaide, and I was like, I'm gonna start to get a bit smug here, but then North came back. And won. But only by 7 points.
It felt like North in that game made it look closer than it should have been because they kept missing. There was a bit of school, like that's, but like Adelaide were good as well.
They were really good. Like they were in it. And there was a few decisions that were a bit like, and I think that it rattled Adelaide a little bit.
Rattlade.
I would say that it rattleaded. No,
that's what they crows.
Matthew Clark, the coach, a little bit. Like he was obviously frustrated with a few of the decisions.
You could see that from the boundary.
Yes, also because it was a goal umpire that made one of the decisions, and I know that he went and spoke to the goal umpires.
Did he yell Malacca of the week or something like that? Or?
Close to it.
Oh, really? How is it hearing everything?
It's so cool because you're right next to them on the bench. You literally can hear everything. It's cool.
That'd be good. Yes. I would love to be able to watch that from home and turn that microphone on.
And although I did make, I obviously didn't say anything bad, but before, broadcast started at 7, and at 6:50 I ran out to chat to the Marmalade boys because they were in the Guard of Honour, and then I get a text being like, we can hear everything you're saying through the mic. And I was like, oh shit.
Hey Marmalade boys. Well, can I talk very briefly about being on the boundary and microphones in this vein? I have 2 of my favourite things from the week. I'll tell them very quickly. One was from the Hawks, Annie McDonough. Whenever they kicked a goal, John Cena's theme would play, and then after she kicked a goal, she did the hand in front of the face thing. And I was like,
you can't see me.
I like this. And then the other thing was, I didn't like it. I hated it so much that I liked it. Is in the the Fremantle Essendon game. Condolences, Marns. For the last 20 minutes of this game, there was 2 kids in front of the Channel 7 atmosphere mic at the game, just going, Freo! Well, yeah!
Love that.
You couldn't hear any commentary, you couldn't hear anything. And it's a close game, and it's Freo's pushing in front. Essendon's in front in going to break their finals.
Yeah.
There's just some boy going, yeah!
the whole time. If I was Freo, I would find those boys and send them to Adelaide.
Yeah.
And find out where the mics are placed. And
Yeah.
Also, what's with the 7 team not doing anything about this?
Yeah, interesting.
It was for the whole 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, they would have been in the
Constant.
van, maybe. They might not have had someone on the ground.
It was
in
they
the
put
van.
they put little Atmos mics out on the ground
Yeah.
to capture the Atmos.
Yeah.
And so they were just in front of that.
Yeah. So
What-
no one could physically move them probably because they were even. in
Oh, the
van
people
or-
running it.
Yeah,
right.
you know what I mean.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant the little boys were in a van out the back, going, "Oh yeah."
No, in answer to your why didn't Channel 7 do anything about it?
And what's your last highlight?
Yeah, I had a really nice moment on Sunday actually. I took my son to the park because he hadn't slept all day.
Okay.
And was going a little bit crazy, we could say. And Elle said, take him to the park, please, like give me a break for a couple of hours. I said, of course. So I took him to the park, and of course, what does he do? Falls asleep in the car on the way to the park. So we got to the park, and I got him out. I was like, I'm going to wake him up. It's like 4:30. It's a bad time for a nap. And he was like literally sleeping on my shoulder, and I carried him to the park. And then I was trying to get him to wake up. And then we had a nice time, and there was families having fish and chips, and the sun was setting, and it was beautiful. I was like, thank God I'm not doing that bloody podcast on Sunday, you know?
Is that the end of the
Get
story?
to spend time with my son on a Sunday arvo, and it was
Is that
really
the
nice.
end of the story?
Yeah.
Is that this community we've built?
Mean nothing to me.
You'd rather spend time with your seed than hear me wrap around the grounds?
No, not at all. But it was really nice, and I really appreciated my life in that moment.
Well,
Can I do my last thing now?
Yeah,
please.
So I've been consuming so many podcast episodes
great.
just
this show?
about the US election.
Oh, right.
Big and looking at like the history of how it happened and like dissection of how it happened, and I've even like gone and bought some books about like the history of democratic revolution, which
Yeah.
is genuinely very fascinating
Which
to me.
books?
But I've been feeling this is not about democratic revolution, but I'm really interested in the Obama era. So I've just bought a book on the Afghanistan, like the Americans' involvement in the Afghanistan war in the back end of the Obama era. Because I also just want to look at the like internal pushback of the
Yes.
Democratic Party and why. And it's been my anxiety's been all over the place for the last week. And so to give me that soul reinvestment, reinvigoration that your son gave to you,
That's like the reimbursement kind of works.
It's the 202th episode.
me coming into the podcast and hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
That's great. We're reimbursing you. Thanks for the loan.
God.
Thanks for the loan. A guest of this pod, the Chaz Licciardello. No one knows more about American politics genuinely than him. He reads 1,500 articles a week, stays up till 6 a.m. every night. Is a broken man, I think it's fair to say, Chaz. And he does his ABC show for half an hour. He does another show that goes for an hour. And then he does a 4-hour weekly twice weekly podcast. He's insane. So, yeah, that's another podcast. The PEP podcast is called.
How was your week?
All right. And it was, what did I do?
I don't know. Wrote.
Nothing. Yeah, I've been very, very busy. But it's all good. And I'm excited to talk about the footy. But we always talk. See, he can sense it. But we start, of course, with the footy news.
You didn't say who won the better week, and that's the whole reason I did that sappy ass coming into the podcast was to reimburse my soul or whatever. So that I would win.
You both lose. You're taking your son to the park instead of doing a football pod, reimbursing your soul. No one wins. I win.
Love it.
No, you both win. Nothing. But who's going to win the flag? That's what I care about. And I care about the news, Marns. Now, you've been all over it this week.
Yeah.
There's been drama left, right, and centre. Take us through it.
Would you like to start in the AFLM or the AFLW?
Let's start in the... Turn that M upside down and make it a W because it's time to talk W before we talk M. Help me. Go on.
Good place to start. Lions Belle Dawes is free to play in the prelim after the tribunal overturned her one-match ban for rough conduct on Hawthorn's Aisley Kemp.
So ran through her. Wasn't deliberate.
No, and the ruling was it was like a late bounce of the ball that meant the Belle Dawes changed her decision making at the last second to contest the ball to then tackle Kemp, and the way the ball bounced just
Made her
go straight through her.
Now, if I reckon I saw that maybe 150 times in the men's season, and some people got weeks for that. That's just my postulating.
Well, you did say it was the hardest hit you've ever seen in dunk.
Yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, and the crowd, everything, I was, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But then person she hit, forget their name, went off, but clearly isn't concussed or anything.
No, yeah, she's all right.
So that it's all about that, isn't it? It's all about
that sounds
The impact that it does, the consequences. Yes.
Usually I've seen a fair bit during the year as well with suspension though. If you have to go off, that is also weighted. Okay. Like I was surprised to see that they got off, but if everyone's okay, that's good, I guess. Big hit.
Well, the whole game was a bit heated, you could say.
Yeah, I thought I was texting. Man, I thought it was intense. I was sitting there. I thought it was a very intense game. Hawthorn. Well, firstly, I thought it was a huge win for Hawthorn, apart in a way that they lost.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it here, but it's been talked about across the W landscape. In that they're only there because of their draw.
Well, I wouldn't say they're only there because of their draw, but it's been helpful, you would say, because they've only played three teams within the top 8 all season. One of those was Adelaide, who they lost to.
So that's the discourse that I've seen a little bit, but I clearly in this game said, no, we deserve to be where we should be.
Very much so.
In that they were in front until halftime. Brisbane, who are a seasoned, jacked team, if I may say so, they jacked.
Many premiers too.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Went just at halftime went, okay, enough of this, and went out and got very physical is a nice way to put it. But what did I thought it was very intense, and it ended with a big punch on.
Yes, on the also because I was messaging like my good friend Luce, who was on the boundary for that game. She was just like, stay safe out there. Like as soon as the siren went, it was like a proper melee. Yeah. Like it was, and you could tell that there was like a lot of emotion within that.
A lot of verbal, a lot of talking, you could see that on TV.
Yes. And the AFL Integrity Unit are looking into that match. Like the moments that would have sparked the melee. But it's hard to talk about allegations and stuff until they're
At the moment, there's an investigation happening into stuff that happened in that game.
Yeah.
And they will let us know when they want to talk about that.
Yeah, like instead of just like it being tough and physical and bants, it was like seemed like there could have been potentially some genuinely malicious moments that happened.
Well, I'm keen to hear more, and I will check back in on that with my power. I will ring the AFL.
Ring the AFL.
What's their number?
Should we call them right now?
Off the record.
Yeah. Hey, it's Broden. The tiny arm man. Okay, yeah. So now Hawks who have they got this weekend now? They've got Crows?
Adelaide, which is so cool. I figure we'll talk about this when we're talking about the games, but it is so cool that it's not even the first finals, the second week of finals, and we have 2 teams that are in their 3rd season ever, and they're both within their first finals campaign ever, and you've got, like, I don't know how to word this without going on like a big rant about it, but like Hawthorns, they brought in a coach, Daniel Webster, who has existed within the women's program for ages. So he came from Brisbane and he's been involved within the women's system for a very long time and clearly knows what he's doing. And then you've got Lauren Arnell, who's a Port Adelaide coach, and she's the first player to head coach. Yeah. So to go through that pipeline, and then you've got people that have existed within the W system for so long, and they're playing in finals and they're being successful. And it's like, this is what happens when you invest in people.
There's the 7, that's that, the generational people coming through now. It's very cool.
So cool. And people that are there for W, you know what I mean? Like they're W people. They're not just like, oh yeah, let me just play around in this coaching system.
Yeah, totally.
For a bit. Like
they're sewn on.
Yes.
I remember Lauren Arnell from the Carlton days in the early days.
Yeah, she was the first Carlton captain.
Yeah, right.
She led out the team for the very first AFLW game.
Having said that though, It was a very fun and dramatic men's final, so we could.
So that was I
hope
saw
for
that
a
this week.
repeat of that.
There was a bit of media discussing like that
Yeah.
it ended with the Ken Hinkley Ginnivan thing and all this tension. There was a bit of talk media, and then they're like to the girls like, "Do you care about this rivalry?" And they're like, "Nah."
I know, but they could play it up. You know, we could get a couple of cheeky social media. See you next week.
Well, Chris Fagan was at the game on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Nix was at the game. Who's the Freo coach? Justin
Longmuir?
JL. Yeah, Longmuir.
Yeah, that's
he was
fine.
at the Freo game. There's a very high likelihood that. Who's the horse? Who's the Hawthorn?
John Longmire.
Who's the Hawthorn? Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell's been at the games, so it's all
There
likelihood
is,
you
yeah.
could have Hawthorn and Port people from the men's side
Yeah.
at this game.
Into it.
And then
Fighting in the
that could be a
bleachers.
fun halftime, a little fight.
Yes, for the halftime entertainment, they should make.
Yeah.
Why is my brain going blank? Who is the Port coach?
Ken Hinkley.
Ken Hinkley. They should make Ken Hinkley and Sam Mitchell fight.
Yeah, have a little wrestle.
Yes.
Like a very safe, environment.
Who would win in Lauren Arnell and Ken Hinkley versus Sam Mitchell and who's the
Daniel Webster.
Tag team.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
And strange, but I'm here. I think innovation's the way of the future.
Yeah, that's what we're about here at this point.
And then the other game on the weekend was the Crows and last weekend the Crows and
So it's 4 games.
so yeah. Where am I?
Crows lost to North. Essendon lost to Freo.
Which was I thought Essendon were great.
Battled hard. They lost Maddie Press-Barkers being an early out.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yes.
Because it also was just like Georgia Nanscorn, such a good player, but it's the Georgia Nanscorn Maddie Press-Barkers pairing, so that throws out Georgia a bit
the
to
1-2
have Maddie
punch.
to go. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And I was actually pretty impressed because when Maddie went off, I was like, this is going to rattle them again the way they were rattled when Bonnie got out in the round 1, and it didn't.
I will represent.
They stayed pretty composed.
I will represent the fans from the other coast who have told me that they are missing a fair few players as well.
They are. They absolutely are. They're missing their best goal kicker as well, Anya Tai.
Oh yeah.
ACL.
What was their name?
Anya Tai.
Anya Tai.
Anya.
That's a great.
That is a good
Yeah,
one.
Irish.
That's like when you're eating a really great Thai meal and you're like, good on your Thai.
Yeah.
Like you're talking your meal.
How about that stat line for Mim Strom? I was just looking at it. I hadn't looked at the stats for a while, but 55 hit-outs, 26 disposals, a goal, 22 contested possessions. What a fucking game from Mim
Honestly,
Strom.
and to get 56 hit outs?
Yeah.
When the quarters are shorter in AFLW.
That must be a record, right?
It is. She broke the record.
Right, okay.
Gosh, because she didn't know. And then she was told, like, the first question on the boundary.
Yeah.
She was asked, and her face was just like, she was like, what?
That's an incredible
It was
all-round
really
game.
cool.
That's like a virtuosic, finals
it's very-
performance.
Yeah, she
Incredible.
is something else.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, so, Mark in the chat said, you're eating something for lunch and then someone's like, it's on your Thai. So
Bit of sauce off the pie.
That's very good.
Yeah, I love that.
So there was that game, and that was like I thought. Yeah, Freo, that crowd, the vibe was sick, but
Yes, it
I
looked
thought Bombers
very good.
did themselves.
Except for those kids that would stay
they-
away from the
They
mics.
did piss me off. And then North.
And then on Sunday it was a double header,
Yep.
and you had Richmond bow out
Yeah.
to Port Adelaide by a lot. That's a blow. Like, it was what, 24
For the weekend,
points?
probably the flattest
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
a blowout, I would say, by W standards. And so Richmond in 2022 finished in the top 4, but they've never won a final.
And dropped off. Thanks for playing.
Yeah,
They're
they've
out.
never won a final still. And,
Enjoy the break.
Who needs
then
them?
Hawthorn Brizzy, yeah.
So we're looking this week. We've got Hawks and Port, which we just talked about, Icon Park, which would be a fantastic game to go to. Is it Saturday night, which would be great. That would genuinely. You'll be there.
No, because we're going to be watching it on my phone at Horror Show.
We'll go.
oh, yeah.
and then in the afternoon we got Crows and Docks in Norwood.
Yep.
31 degrees, as we spoke about last week, right?
No, 38.
38.
It's to a height of 38, and it's at the same time as the WBBL and the Adelaide race.
Wow, a lot going on. But the Crows have the power of a new logo, and that new logo will bring the power of Adelaide to this game. We haven't talked about the Crows logo yet. I just want a quick through. We like it, we don't like it.
Don't love, but I have no sense of design or anything, and everyone tells me it's awesome. So, grouse.
Immediately, I didn't like it, but I think it's just because it's new, and I think it's already started to grow on me.
That's such a thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I like it. I like the sharpness of it. It feels very Adelaide.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, very like 90s.
It's it'll be one that grows. I can't even remember. That's interesting. I can't even remember the old one now. I think it's like the crow, like sideways, smoother one.
It was just
Oh,
like the
yeah.
head, isn't it? It was just like the head of the crow.
I think there's a body. I can't remember the body of the raven. I'm performing the crow in the microphone room. That's why you come here, folks. I'll perform the crow.
For the performance art.
And I know you want us to talk about the other logo. We won't. Now, what other news is there?
Well, the AFLW All-Australian squad was announced, and great news for our podcast because Georgia Nansgorn's in it.
Go,
Maeve
Georgia.
Chaplin's in it.
We're top few in the 40, wasn't she?
Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is so
it's
the
the
actual
40, yeah.
team is announced on W Awards, and Charlie Rowbottom.
Yeah.
So he'll play for all of
Rep.
us,
Maeve
all of our
Chaplin.
faves.
I was an idiot to her at Boost Juice, and I'll never forgive it.
Yeah.
myself. That is the greatest Broden's doing something here. Is if you haven't listened before, I bumped into Maeve and another Melbourne player at a Boost Juice, and I said I knew the other one.
Yeah.
I knew the other person at the Boost Juice, and then I said to Maeve, "Do you play as well?" And she said, "Yeah, I play for Melbourne." I said, "I'm so fucking sorry." And then I walked away with my chalk muscle hustle into Northland, and then they've become an All Australian not 6 months later.
Yeah, incredible.
And I'm embarrassed about that, but that's great for Rowbottom. Not a surprise though, obviously.
No, I don't think so.
And then our mate.
Our mate. Also, Emma Carney for the first time ever is not in the squad because she's been injured for the entire season.
Yeah.
So she really couldn't be. Eb Marinoff has been in every single squad since inception.
That's incredible.
No Kate Hall, no Alice Parker, and no Anne Hatchard, which is interesting.
And I'm going to sound like SEN here. Question without notice, Marnie, how many North players made the extended squad?
I think there was 5 because
Five
Alice
Adelaide,
O'Loughlin,
yeah.
Jazzy Garner, Riddell, Kate Shearlaw, and crap, there's another
Incredible memory.
That's good enough for me. That's good.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Congrats to all of them.
Yeah.
And when's the one?
one. Particularly the one I forgot.
And when's it announced?
W Award, so not this coming Monday, but the Monday after.
Is the BNF for the best and fairest for the league in that night as well?
Yes, and you'd imagine that it's going to be Ed Marinoff who got the coach's champion player of the year.
Yeah,
surely.
Just something
Incredible.
else
Yeah.
this year.
It'd be Marinoff. Great. Awesome.
We have our Mark of the Year contenders, and the AFL did not listen to the fan
Is that
voted
the Port
Mark
one?
of the Week because Matilda Schultz is in contention, and you'd think is going to get it, but she's up against Mattia Breed and Rachel Kearns.
So I was confused about this, Marnie, because I did a whole bit because. So I'm
Now you look stupid.
Yeah, I do look stupid, but I'm also confused. So
I told you that so in the week that Matilda Schultz did her mark,
yeah, which is incredible.
it was
She lost to
not
Bonnie.
Mark of the Week,
Yeah.
because she lost to Bonnie.
Yeah.
But the AFL have said, we don't care about fan votes and any of that crap. We're just going to choose our favourites and put them up as contenders.
Which is good because they should have done that for the men's. Or are we anti this?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Great. Because you are going off about this as well.
I think it's a rorted system and get the sponsors out of it and burn the whole organisation to the ground.
Yeah, but that's so great that Matilda Schultz is getting justice.
Yeah, I think that's good. Good
And
mark, in my opinion.
Incredible marks.
for goal of the year, Dee Berry's in contention,
Hey.
Fuck yeah.
along
That's
with
great.
Gemma Houghton and Hannah Munyard.
Yeah, we've got to get them on too.
Yeah.
But they're very short. I haven't seen these goals. Where can I watch them on the AFLW website?
Yep.
We can all go there after this podcast and
That's a
watch
great
them.
idea.
And
Brad.
watch them.
Great.
There's been no official announcement yet, but I think you can put your little brain together and work out that there'll be a season change next year for AFLW because they've said, they haven't said that they're not going to do a condensed fixture, but they said that they're reevaluating everything and it looks like it will be 12 games in 12 weeks, which means that if they keep the grand final where it is, which they have to because they can't run into cricket season,
Start in August.
the AFLW will start around round 20 of the men's.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere in August.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard, I don't want to get too negative, but this is a loaded word, but that smudged fixturing has been cancerous to the rest of all the issues stem from that.
Yes, 100%. What I think it's also is just kind of like put a magnifying glass over all the other issues. Yeah.
Well, not help them. It's and like if injuries were an issue before,
Compounded them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
compounded them. Yeah.
Compounded them.
Oh my God, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And so because this year we had 11 rounds in 10 weeks and it very much felt like it was only 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I think 12 weeks, we're going to feel the difference that makes in the narrative of the season.
Yeah.
Like we're going to see teams like Geelong missing out on finals this
D's.
year and the D's. That feels wrong. It feels like they should be playing finals, and given an extra week or two, like there would be so many things that change and shift and
100%.
storylines develop, and I think that's really exciting.
I agree with you. Great.
So good to hear.
However, that the AFL has said that list sizes will remain at 30, despite a lot of problems that had this season. We had a lot of teams playing with VFLW top-up players, including the Ds, including Collingwood. A lot of pushback from fans about this, but on the other side of the coin, you have a lot of fans saying, well, the talent's not there for the list sizes that are already there. So, there's arguments to be made on both.
Talent, right? It's just about like health, right? Like, and management. So I don't know. That's a bit of a weird one.
It is, but also then, like, if you've got to pay more players, where's that money going to be taken from in other areas?
Sure.
Well, I mean, yes, I'm of the mindset of like you need to invest to build. So the AFL should be giving more money to the AFLW in terms to
Baz Lenker.
So when they pay, well, I guess not every club's paying for them, but so if Collingwood goes and gets a VFLW player, they still have to pay them, right? Is that like out in the soft cap as well, or is that would just be whatever, right? Interesting.
Yeah.
But more people. Let's close out the W by tipping. Let's get it, and then we can move to men.
Okay.
So who are you tipping?
Wait, but are we playing the Sting now?
No. Oh yeah,
crazy.
No, play.
Crazy.
I want the tipping Sting, and then we'll go back to news. And I want the Sting after we do tipping. I want the news again. All right. So it's time for the W finals. What's the second round of finals called? Semi tipping.
Tipping.
I'll never know.
Tipping. Tipping.
Semi edition. Adelaide Crows Fremantle. The winner doesn't go home. And I think that's the best way to phrase that.
Yes, the winner does not go home.
Like Big Brother.
The loser does not play anymore.
And so for context, Crows to get to the semi lost to North Melbourne by just 7 points, and North Melbourne are undefeated, whereas Freo beat Essendon by just 10 points. And
oh no.
Yes. Yes. Also, Ash Brazel could make a return for Freo, which is very exciting for fans who love her, which is me.
I'm going to actually tip Freo.
You're crazy.
That is bonkers. I'm tipping Crows by 45.
Me too. Crows by 45.
I like it.
And the winner of that will face Brizzy.
Yeah.
So it feels like we'll have another Adelaide-Brisbane prelim, but at least it's not an Adelaide-Brizzy grand final.
And then that night, Hawks v Power at Icon Park.
Yes.
Vibe of a game. I think Hawthorn will win.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Port. I don't know why.
Well, Port's now won 7 games in a row.
Oh my God! Yeah. Yeah.
And they beat Richmond by 24 points to make it into the semi, whereas Hawks lost by 1 goal to the reigning premiers. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game.
I thought Hawthorn for that first half just looked so good.
Yeah.
I've not watched every game of W this year, but the games I have watched, they have looked they dropped off very hard. They could be cooked for the year, like they could have been their momentum gone. I could have seen it in real time, but I thought that was very impressive.
Well, they had 12 scoring shots to 8. So if they just kicked a bit straighter, they would have won that game.
Exactly.
Totally. Good point.
And they were bad too. There was a run in the third quarter where they missed like 6 straight, and that really did cook them. If just off the way that to just use as an example, Geelong in the finals in the men's, when they played some soft teams in the finals, it cooked them against Brisbane in that prelim, and I feel like Power going up against Richmond might do that a little bit, where it takes them a little bit to find their sea legs, their finals sea legs. You know what I mean? So who are you tipping, Marns?
Hawks.
Yeah, you tipping?
Yeah, I'm going to go Port.
Yeah, good on you. I like it. Well, and may the best teams win to take. So who would? So Power would take on North or Hawthorn.
Yeah, Hawthorn will play North if they win, or Port Adelaide will play.
Do you know what though? Like it's fully just going to be Brisbane North grand final.
Yes,
again.
it is.
Like there's no way it's not going to be there.
I don't know. Adelaide could beat Brisbane.
Yeah, I don't think so. At Springfield, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, no chance. There is no chance. Unless, unless something crazy happens and there's a fleet of suspensions or, like, something. Like, it's going to be... And North, I mean, that's the only thing is North... You said they might have their handy loss that they needed last week. They can't have that now.
They can't.
They could do a Sydney and just stop playing.
Well, what if it's a Hawthorn-Brisbane grand final?
I'd love that.
Spicy.
But then also, I really want to see North win a flag because
Me too. They deserve it.
But it's gonna be Icon Park and it's gonna be North versus Brisbane.
Yeah.
And I'll be there this time unless it
Rematch
sells out
last year, yeah.
really quickly, which it will. Anyway, shall we do it? Now it's time for the news. It's worth men's edition, but it's also very worth saying that as a Mark in the chat, Mark's come with the goods, is it could be a Crows versus Power grand final. Low chance of that ever happening, but how good would that be?
Yeah.
Very good.
Showdown grand final.
Yeah.
I would love a showdown grand
that'd be
final,
sick.
especially because it would be in Adelaide.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
But it couldn't be at
Adelaide Oval.
no. So where would it be at?
Norwood.
Norwood.
I mean, I'd try and fucking get over that. And
Yeah.
We should fucking go. That'd be sick.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I've never met someone who wants to go as much as you.
Yeah. I want to get away from my family.
Tom, no. You remember that story about the park you said at the
Yeah,
start?
what about the park
but
story?
it's exhausting,
Now,
guys.
it's the men's off season, obviously, but in my opinion, that's when the most stuff happens.
When you're a Melbourne supporter, yeah.
What the fuck? We've got drafts coming up. We've got rounds of football coming out. I've got a lot. Let's do this.
Yeah. It was interesting the gather round fixture was announced before opening round fixture.
Because
But which would you like to talk about first, gather or opening?
As always, start in Adelaide.
We're starting in gather round.
I reckon they did it that way, Marns, because they didn't listen to the fans and they knew what the feedback for opening round would be.
Oh my goodness. Truly. Oh, it's, yeah.
But anyway, go for gather round.
Anyways,
Starts Thursday night.
it starts Thursday, April 10th, 2 days before my birthday. Everyone put that in your diaries.
That makes your birthday April 12th.
Yes, where my team plays your team.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we should also fight.
Yeah.
Or go. We should go.
We should go. We should go. Birthday
might-
present for me from
Yeah.
you guys.
I might be doing a comedy festival show.
So we'll go?
So we'll go.
No, I've got to perform.
Yeah, you can fly back.
Yeah, you'll be
But it might be a bloody comedy festival at Adelaide Oval, the way.
Oh.
I tip Adelaide for that game, I think.
We're not tipping gather round now. We just did tipping.
But yes, it starts with Adelaide and Geelong at Adelaide Oval on the Thursday, which that's pretty good.
Yes.
You'd hope that's good. That's good.
What else we got?
Collingwood, Sydney,
Oh,
Adelaide Oval.
yeah.
Oh, North and Gold Coast at the Barossa.
Now that would be a vibe.
That would be
Get
fun.
out the Shiraz, am I right?
Yeah. I'm tipping Gold Coast narrowly for that, I think.
Stop tipping. Stop.
North will be better next year, you know?
Are playing West Coast at Adelaide Oval.
Easy win.
Western Bulldogs are playing Brisbane at Norwood Oval. I saw a lot of pushback from fans about having to play at Norwood Oval.
Get over
and
it.
to that I say get
Why?
over it.
Yeah, why?
And also people being like, it's not an AFL fit ground. Okay, well the women have to play there.
Yeah.
It's a glorified rectangle.
Could be where
But-
this year's grand final is
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Melbourne, Essendon, Adelaide Oval. Richmond, Freo at Barossa Park.
Yeah, I think I'd get up to the Barossa. Not that far from Snowtown. Could we have a Snowtown game?
Yes.
Anyway, keep moving.
St Kilda, GWS at Norwood Oval.
Yeah.
And Port Adelaide and Hawthorn
Adelaide
at Adelaide Oval to
Mm.
round us out.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I went last year, and people love it. It's a vibe and get there. It's all right. It's still in Adelaide, but
I love Adelaide.
yeah, it's pretty good.
What's your favourite kind of wine?
Mate Spencer, who I went to acting school with, has his own vineyard that has been in his family for generations.
Willow's Inn? Is it called?
Willow's Vineyard.
Willow's Vineyard, yeah. It's nice.
The Scholes family.
Yeah.
Now ask me what my favourite wine is.
What's your favourite wine?
AFL fans on Twitter talking about gather
They do
round.
love whining. They do love whining.
I'm also about
Get some
opening
cheese
round.
out for that wine, am I
When
correct?
is your comedy festival show?
She's opening for you, don't you? Didn't
Yeah.
she tell
Then
you,
I do an
Broden?
opening act.
I think you should both go and do a show without me there. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you do not want to go on tour with just me.
No, that was me thinking about myself doing any content whatsoever. No reflection on you, believe me.
People have a great time and enjoy it, but I speak to the young, because we know the young influencer boys, right? Your Marmalades, your Kate Osses,
Yeah,
your
yeah. Kick it forwards.
your Glenn Ridges, your
Yeah.
Kick It Forwards, your the Bangles,
Eskimo Joes.
your Eskimo Joes, and they all told me by like Saturday, oh, I want to go. I'm so fucking over this.
Oh.
Yes.
But I like, because if you're going to every game, it's kind of silly. Like, you don't want to go to 9 games of footy.
No.
No.
I mean, I do, but
Yeah, I would like to go to like 4 or 5 and like get out to the weird ones.
The Barossa ones.
The Ross ones, the
Norwood
Hills.
ones.
Are they doing a Hills one? I forget already.
the Barossa is Hills.
Oh, right.
But I mean, you like a Harndorf Hills is what you kind of mean, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but Snowtown we should look into. Now, what else is in the news?
Opening round was also announced. So there'll be 4 matches to throw the ladder out of whack from round 1 onwards. Kicking off the season will be Brisbane and Geelong at the Gabba on Thursday, the 6th of March.
Love it. Such a great opener. I think that's fantastic.
Then the following day, Sydney will play Hawthorn on Friday at
Really?
the SCG. hmm
That's great too.
Yeah, I
Melbourne
think that
got
will be really
removed.
good. Saturday, Gold Coast are playing Essendon on
Oh.
International Women's Day.
Now, that's a game you got to go to.
Yeah, and
I'd
you have
love
to let
to.
me win because it's International Women's Day.
She's screaming out of the
Yeah, we should go for sure, Mans. I'm down. Anything
Yeah, we
to
should
get
go.
away from the family.
I think that would be. Stop saying you want to get away from your family. I'm going to bring Addie.
Yeah, I mean, I love
You
my
should
son.
genuinely. That would be a vibe and a
That's
half.
at 4:15 at People's First Stadium. So trip to.
Sorry, I was just watching you.
Yeah, trip to Gold Coast, yep.
And then rounding out opening round is GWS facing their biggest rivals in Collingwood at NG Stadium.
Yum, yum. I think people hate this. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I just think, and I don't want to be negative because we're a very positive place, rather than opening round 1 with a bang, it's just a little bit of a toot.
It is
That's
a bit
all.
of a toot.
It's just a
But
little toot.
it's.
I know you're all for it,
I am,
but I like difference of opinions on the pod as well.
but I'm going to go you.
Yeah.
And here it comes. What you don't understand is it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
and then we'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off,
Yeah.
and then we're back
Yeah, I know.
because that's the news as well.
If I was-
23 rounds of Thursdays.
Yeah, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, I do love Thursday footy, actually. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, stoked.
And Essendon have the most Thursday night games, apparently, according
Really?
to Sammy Edmund on SEN.
Now, this is not aimed at anyone in particular, but have they done this because their fan base is relatively big, but also have nothing going on?
Yes. I saw one tweet that was just like get that emotional energy out of the way. You can enjoy the weekend.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll miss a few Twitch shows, Essendon fans. You
Yeah.
gotta go to the Thursday night games at
Yeah.
Marvel. I think it's great.
Yeah, yes. What, Thursday night footy?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Thursday
I
night footy,
love Thursday
I'm
night
all
footy.
about,
You don't have to answer this, but do you know if you'll be boundary riding for some of these games?
I hope so.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I said I was interested and they seemed happy with that
Yeah,
response.
you could smuggle me in for a couple.
Well,
Yeah.
I come hang out with you on the
Okay.
boundary.
All right.
I know at the MCG, the boundary riders kind of just have to
Sit in
the stands
Yeah.
Ah,
and sort of peek over.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So you could hang out with me
Yeah.
in the MCC.
Yeah, I love that.
Great. So there's 23 rounds of Thursday, which we pissed and moaned about all year.
Yeah, it is good.
I know we haven't even finished all the rounds of football this year.
I know.
So
But
sleep.
it's not so much that I love Thursdays, although I do like Thursdays. It's more that we'll have less crazy 5-game Saturdays as well for me. It's more of like
Evenly
every game will
spread.
have its space. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't even have to be good games.
No. In fact, on Thursday, a Dead Rubbers is almost good because you just turn off at halftime and go
Yeah.
to bed.
That's IMHO.
Just what the broadcast wants.
Yeah,
Do you,
exactly.
do you have other M news?
No.
Because I've got stuff I've got to get into now, Mark.
Here we
Oh,
go.
let's get into it. Baby throw
Who's
Broden
Melbourne
with the
taking
hot
with pick
takes of the
48?
week.
Here we go.
Marty. Well, firstly, there's rumours that Dustin Martin is going to join Fox Footy as a commentator.
Yeah,
Which, what the fuck is
there's
that?
just no way.
I think it's going to happen because News
can't
Corp
see it.
broke this, right? And
Yeah.
Fox Footy is News Corp.
Yeah. So I have a theory, which I stole from someone on one of the social media platforms, that the meeting they were having was probably to discuss like a one-off tells all sort of thing in a controlled space. Remember Sheehan used to do that?
Shift to Sheehan.
Yeah, he used to do that with people. That's my
Open
2 cents.
mic.
And that's why Jack was there, I reckon, not a commentator role. But I did see that he cannot play next year now. Like, he missed the cutoffs today. So he's
so
100%
he's out, yeah.
not playing for anyone. Yeah.
I think that they're going to build something around him that's heavily
The dusty round.
pre-recorded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Yeah.
But they might throw to him at halftime and go, "What's good about footy?" And he's like, "I like it."
Okay. Okay. So it could be part of the commentary team, but a pre-recorded, directed,
Yes.
yeah, right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Marnie, this is the biggest news of the week.
Okay.
7 have rolled out. They're going to have a show about AFL every day of the week.
Are they?
Yeah.
So there'll be footy Thursday, Friday,
Oh, cool.
Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday, I don't know what days
And are
these-
you on any of these?
No.
Huh.
The-
You
Should
should
we
be.
do one every night?
we do,
Yeah, I'm
we
down.
do, but we're announcing our slate next year, which we're going from 3 podcasts to 8 a week.
I've actually been discussing it, but we'll keep that for another time.
The first show that they're building is a show called The Agenda Setters,
Okay.
which is featuring Kane Corns, Nick Rewalt, and more.
Dot.
Darcy Moore?
Can I just? So I
That's
actually
pretty
haven't
good.
looked at the graphic that
Yeah.
you've got there. But how many shows are there?
So there's going to be a show on Channel 7 about footy every day of the week. So
Okay.
Monday,
Can
Tuesday,
I
Wednesday,
just
Thursday.
take a random punt as to how many women are on that list?
Yeah.
0.
Well, the only 2 names on this list are Nick Rewalt, Kane Corns, and more.
Okay, fine.
What
All right.
about are these prime time, or are these like straight to DVR or whatever they call it?
DVR. What year is it, Tom?
What's DVR?
That's when
DVR.
you watch on your set-top box.
It's the set-top box in like the early 2010s that you to record TV in America
You
predominantly.
still use it though. You know what I'm talking about. 7+. Straight to 7+ or on prime time?
DVR.
That's what I meant. I meant 7+.
So the agenda setters, they're going to set the agenda, I imagine.
Great.
On a Monday night. On
Unfiltered.
prime time. You didn't
Now-
answer my question.
I don't know. There's no times for these. It's a sneak peek of what's to come with,
I reckon it'll be
with more on the
7+.
way.
I reckon it'll be a 7+.
The word more is used a lot in
Yeah,
this.
of course.
The next one could be about water. I don't know. But it could be about Adelaide water particularly. It's called Unfiltered.
Well, that's going to be a hot topic. Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about America.
Unfiltered. Yeah, they're getting rid of the fluoride.
Get rid of the fluoride.
This is hosted by Hamish McLaughlin, who's back.
Oh, great.
Oh, a one-on-one interview with AFL stars.
So that'll be where Dusty pops up.
That's a bit of an open
Yes.
mic.
Yeah.
But that's different channels. So
Bit of
he's
a
not going
shame
on this.
thing. No, but they're all together now, Broden, remember?
No, they're not, Tom.
Yeah, you can watch on whatever channel you want.
Incorrect. You're being very. You're trying to upset me, and I'm not going to let you.
You seem pretty upset.
I am. I'm at 9 out of 10.
Are you going to announce the Triple M as well? Because you should do that after, because that was actually great.
You're
yeah,
never going to finish this graphic.
And Front Bar is back
On Wednesday
The
night.
band- and it says-
Oh, we'll be competing with Front Bar.
We always do.
Yeah.
Oh,
The,
yeah, it's
the
fine.
band is back together again for another year, is what it says. So they didn't put a lot of thought into that. And then the last show. Now, this could be about the wrestler, but I doubt it. It's called Kane's Call. The place to be after each round. The place to be after each round for the important opinions. So there's 2 shows with Kane. One's called The Agenda Setters, and one's called Kane's Call. But both of
Guys, I got to get home. Kane's call's about to start.
anyways, there's 2 shows. So we know that's all we know so far. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need Fox Footy to counter, and I want to hear their shows.
Yeah.
now, okay. Here's
But does that mean they're axing Footy Classified and everything?
Footy Classified is Channel 9.
And James Hurd's just joined the Channel 9 team.
Yeah, which I think is
Which
crazy.
thank you for breaking that because I didn't have that on my list.
Have you got the Triple M breakfast line up there?
No, I'll tell you the new Triple M has a new breakfast lineup.
Okay.
It's Mick Malloy, Mick's back.
Great.
Great.
Nick Rewalt's back
Okay.
in Australia.
So Nick's going to be
Fantastic.
the new Kane Corns next year by the sounds of it.
Nah.
Busy.
Oh, in terms of busy, yeah.
and he'll be setting agendas.
Okay.
And then Titus O'Reilly, who is my mate.
Yeah.
And then Rosie Walton, who is on Triple M Breakfast now as a gun, Rosie Walton.
And we got our first woman of the day.
Yeah.
Rosie Walton is a Triple M stalwart. And so I was told to break that. So
Yeah.
I did. Why am I here? What are we talking? Oh, so also
Channel
this
9.
week, the data came out about where every AFL club has its most Victorian members.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So where do you think Gold Coast has its most members in Victoria?
Frankston.
Oh, I think I saw this, but it was like Northeast, right?
No.
No?
Maybe. They're Hawthorn, go figure.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think Hawthorn have their most fans now in Victoria today?
Q.
Yeah.
No, that's Mimi Hill. Hawthorn. Where do you think Brisbane have their most fans in Victoria?
Where do they used to be? South
Fitzroy.
Melbourne.
Fitzroy?
South Melbourne was where they used to be?
No, that's
They're-
Sydney.
I
Okay.
find this fascinating.
Yeah.
Their biggest fan base in Victoria is Mernda.
Oh.
So if you don't know Victoria, Mernda is where hell starts. So I used to live there. It's the arse end of the world, and there's one road in, one road out. And I used to live there, so I could say this is a big shithole. And I'm sorry if you live there, but you know what I'm talking about, Yan Yan Road. And but that says to me that the children of Fitzroy fans have been priced out of the trendy inner city and now live in the outer suburbs.
Or elected to drive an hour and a half to work but have a bigger house.
Yeah, that's people like who are like, I want to buy. Yes, exactly
Yes.
that. It's my boomer parents bought a house for $12 in 1958. It's now worth 3.8.
Yeah.
But we sold it in 1997.
Yeah.
And now we live. There's two kind of families in Melbourne. There's the people who didn't sell and there's the people who sold.
Yeah.
My family sold.
Yes.
Collingwood. Where are the most Collingwood fans in Victoria?
Collingwood.
Incorrect. Once
Wow.
again, priced out.
Oh, right. Maybe Ballarat then?
No.
Like legit
I
though.
don't know suburbs well enough. What's something on the that's a bit out from Collingwood?
This doesn't surprise me, but it's also kind of interesting. Is they're in Reza. They're in Reservoir.
Oh, that makes perfect sense actually. Yeah.
Fremantle. Where's Fremantle in Victoria?
Ooh.
Brunswick.
Correct.
Yeah, nice.
Which is so true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tame
Yep.
Impala.
It's very trendy.
Trendy.
Order the fries.
Yeah, very trendy.
Carlton.
Carlton.
Correct. Carlton North.
Yeah. That makes sense. Still Lygon Street, still repping.
St Kilda.
Moorabbin.
Yeah.
Correct.
Melbourne.
Correct. Melbourne.
Oh,
What's a
it's
rich
Toorak.
Toorak.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
South.
extrapolation of the southeast suburbs, so it's Glen Iris.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Richmond.
Richmond.
Correct.
Oh, interesting.
South. Shit. Sydney.
South Melbourne.
Correct. Adelaide.
Oh, surely no idea.
Fitzroy.
No, Point Cook, which is like a kind of like a Mernda, but for going towards Geelong.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Respectfully. Where are Port Adelaide fans?
Sunbury.
No, I
Craigie
think
Burn.
they're in Melbourne, true Melbourne CBD apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what they've put. North
Or two of them.
Yeah.
North Melbourne?
Oh, they're in Footscray now for sure.
North Melbourne.
All of my North Melbourne friends
I was
are
going
in
to say
Footscray.
North Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah. West Coast fans. Love this. I love this.
West Coast. So, what do we know about West Coast? There's a waiting time to get on the membership list. Very wealthy club, the wealthiest club.
Armidale.
Oh, that's fun. Essendon.
Oh, random.
Fun.
The Western Bulldogs.
Footscray.
Ballarat.
Werribee.
Oh. Priced
Isn't
out.
it fun?
Priced out.
Geelong.
Geelong, for sure.
Yeah, but they say Belmont, but Geelong,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Greater Geelong. And then GWS.
GWS. Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, is it us? Brunswick.
I love this one.
Oh, okay.
Fitzroy. Craigie Burn.
No.
Frankston.
No. Ballarat.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Right.
Because obviously they play there.
Yeah, I thought the doggies might have been Ballarat, but there you go.
I think that's hilarious that the doggies are pushing hard into Ballarat and
That's just-
GWS.
GWS.
GWS take over.
It's
yeah.
the West versus the West.
That's so
cool.
funny.
It is truly greater Western Sydney if you
Yeah.
really think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Thought that was fun. I thought that was interesting. That's all my things for news.
As
Wow.
Essendon?
Yeah, you didn't do Essendon and you didn't do.
Essendon is Essendon.
Yeah.
I think I did everyone else.
Okay, great.
Was there anything else we needed to talk about?
No, I'm unsure.
Yeah.
I'm just floating away slowly, guys.
Well, that's great. I feel this has been a jam-packed episode.
Yeah, it has been.
And we got through all the things. But anything else we need to say before we dart off?
No, it's prelims next week. Then the granny.
Semis this week.
And then
It's
we'll be
my
gone.
responsibility, but the energy just dropped off hard.
No, it's not your responsibility. Just trying to think. You're racking the brains.
yeah,
you know?
it was really diving
Yeah,
in.
2 more episodes.
And you've got the time to celebrate with us the end of footy for 2024.
Yeah.
A year of pain and horror. It's probably going to be Brisbane. Could be Brisbane going home with 2. Could be North getting one.
Adelaide getting another.
Could be Adelaide getting another. Could be Power getting one.
Yep. Could be Hawthorn.
Could be Hawthorn getting one.
Could be Freo.
Couldn't be Essendon or Melbourne getting one.
No.
We can't say there's going to be a bonus episode later this week. You'll see why. It'll be a surprise. Thank you so much. Enjoy the week. Hey, don't forget to get a pill and bounce it. And we'll see you soon. Hey, folks, in the chat, let me know what you thought of that episode. Did you think it was good? Because I thought it was a vibe and a half.
Oh, it's so good. When is the draft? Are we going to be
Wednesday.
covering?
It'll be on when we're doing it.
Great.
So we should ask if Cal Toomey's free. Dude, bro.
Yeah, or you could just come as a draft expert, Broden. That would be fun. Do a character or something.
Sprightly young midfielder. He's from this private school.
So it's perfect.
This 185 centimetre tall white boy is from Brighton Grammar, and he's sprightly. I'll just keep saying that.
Yeah, I think you should bring that character.
Okay.
There was someone in the chat earlier who we were in the middle of the pod who saw High Pony. So that's great.
What's
Shout out
High
to
Pony?
you.
What's
It was one of Mel and Sam's shows. So good on them. We do have a crossover.
Hey, there it is. There's a
Excellent.
crossover. Now, from Mr. Vinyl Greg has said the stream worked like a dream. And now let's talk to that and apologise to last week when it shit the bed and fell apart. We are on stronger internet now.
Yeah, so last week a big upload saturated the network, which is what happened, and it must have been happening other times as well. So not only have we upgraded the internet, but they've also put in some limits so that never happens again. So hopefully we'll be crystal clear from here on out.
The block is a lie.
Like the TV show. I've never watched The Block.
I would take too long to explain, but it's a shit show.
Mm.
In both senses of the phrase.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, any last queries or quandaries for us before we get GTFO? Just get the fuck out of here. Any from either of you?
No. I'm feeling
That's funny based
exhausted
on that.
now.
That's really funny.
Pardon?
No, just go to bed.
Yeah, I can feel bedtime for me too.
Yeah.
Bedtime?
Shout out to Shadow, who's got sore paws, had to put him on some steroids, but it's feeling better. Shout out my boy.
Oh.
Shout out to Shads.
You're not watching.
If people are like, what do I do on Thursday night? I want to go and do something and I don't know what to do. You should go watch the Socceroos at Amy Park in a World Cup qualifier.
Shit, yeah. How are they looking? New coach?
New coach. They're looking all right, actually, but it's a big game that they have to win.
Tom and I got invited to a soccer art
Oh, yeah.
crossover thing.
Like, come to this art installation and meet the players.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds weird. Darcy Vesio is doing a art exhibition December 7th
Now that I'd like to
to
go
December
see.
15th
Yeah.
that everyone should go to.
I didn't
I'm
know
definitely going to go.
Darcy was an artist. What kind of art?
Yeah, we spoke about it, I feel like.
Because
Even
they
though-
come from
I had
graphic
COVID.
design.
Oh, yeah, you went here. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Graphic
worked
design.
at Carlton and graphic design team before they were drafted to Carlton.
Yes, exactly right.
And I thought of something else and I've already forgotten.
Do you think Seth will put his differences with Roman aside and join Bloodline for War Games? It's a really great question, Baz. And I just think that if that's the case, then I think a certain Bronson should join the evil Bloodline. That's my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
You don't know what there's to it.
I do, Baz.
Let's get out of here, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. As soon as we started just talking about nice stuff, 10 people dropped off, and I like to know where these people sit. I know you're an enemy.
True fans.
Yeah, true fans. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the footy. Bounce that pill. Goodbye.